Hello, welcome back. It is currently Thursday evening and tomorrow is Friday. So my plan is, got a nice big long run planned for tomorrow around 35 to 40k. It should be a really nice day, lots of snow, ice, sunshine, maybe a bit of wind out there tomorrow as well. What I'm going to do now though is I'm just going to run you over what I'll be running in tomorrow, the kit I'll be using, and then what I'll be putting into my pack as well. Just so you can kind of see a little bit of the preparation from the night before, just so you can kind of see how it works, what I kind of do pre going on my runs. Obviously I don't do this for everyone, but this for tomorrow, just because it's a big run, just going to show you what I like to get ready and sort it the night before. So let's get into it. Okay, so starting with kit that I'm going to be running in tomorrow. Now the main purpose I'm doing this is so that I don't have to run and try and tell you what I'm wearing. And I can focus more on filming the running and what's around me. So we'll start from the feet down. Tomorrow I have decided to run in these, which is a different shoe to the last video. These are the Rocker Lights, Innovate Rocker Lights. Just because tomorrow's run has got a little bit more road involved, so the Rocker Lights I found are really good for kind of like big bridleways, fell paths. Whereas my X Talons, which I was wearing in the last video, are really based around that aggressive sole being awesome for just trudging along the fell. The Rocker Lights offer a bit more of a versatile sole, just makes it a bit easier on the roads and some of those more trail type paths. So that's what I've chosen for my feet. Moving up to the middle, I'm going to be running in these, which I was running in last time as well, just a pair of Innovate 3/4 length tights. I just found them super comfy to run in. Obviously they got a lot of coverage on the leg, which for a chilly day like tomorrow, I think it's going to be hitting like -13 feels like temperature on the top of one of the summits that I'm heading to. So definitely want to be keeping myself nice and warm. So we got them on the bottom. Moving up to the middle, up onto my body. I'm going to be starting off my layering with this Run Hill kind of like long sleeve base layer running top. That's going to go underneath. Just it's a nice top, really good at wicking, keeps the heat out and keeps the heat in. Then my mid layer, I'm going to go for this. Do you know what? I actually don't know what this jacket's called. It's just a mountain equipment. It's like a little soft shell mid-layer jacket. And I've run in it a couple of times, especially in the cold weather, and it's so good, nice and breathable, nice and easy to fit down into the pack. But I really like running in that. And then when I start straight away, I'm going to probably be setting off in my jacket as well, which is obviously my Innovate Storm Shell, which I have spoken about in a previous video. Super jacket, amazing in all types of weather. Really good to stick on straight away. Up onto my head, I will probably have a buff on to start, followed by my Varga cap up on top, as well as a pair of gloves and pants and socks, as a normal person would. So that's kind of a rundown for my kit. Nothing too extreme or complicated, but yeah, lots of nice pieces that should keep me nice and safe from the elements tomorrow. Okay, now the last thing I'm going to look at just for tonight is what I'll be carrying in my pack and the pack I'll be wearing. So I do use this Trailfire, I think it's an 8 litre pack. So not the most, but it's quite good for me just on like longish days out like tomorrow. You know, I'm only looking to be running for about 4 hours, maybe 5 at the most. But this is really good, gets everything that I need to take with me tomorrow. So usually what I'll start in the back compartment, in that big mesh part, is this pair of trousers here. So it's just a lightweight pair of running trousers. I don't actually know what the brand is, but they're just super light, really good to chuck on when it gets a little bit too crazy outside, when it's really raining. I had a pretty epic mission up Helvellyn a couple of months ago, and they kind of saved my legs, because even though they get wet, you're running and moving, so they stay nice and warm, but they keep a lot of the wind off as well. So I keep them in the bottom. I will also be putting a spare hat in, just in case that other hat gets a bit too cold or too wet. This is just a Montaigne, kind of like little thermal lined hat. It's really good for just whacking on when your head is really chilly, and if not, it's a dry hat to have back at the van when I finish the run. I do also carry a small first aid kit, just one of these little flat pack ones. You can pick them up in most outdoor shops, most pharmacies as well. In here I just carry a couple of wipes, a couple of plasters, a couple of basic bits that I can use if I do need to patch myself up at any point. Obviously not to the extent of going to hospital or anything like that, but these are just good to carry just in the back of your bag, just in case. In the bag as well, I will also be taking a compass, a whistle and a map of the area, just in case, because you never know. Obviously technology is great for GPS and mapping out routes, but you can never know when you're actually going to need to use those old-fashioned mountain skills. So I will keep a map of my route in there tomorrow as well. And then moving on to kind of like hydration and energy. So water wise, I take 2 of these little pretentious, look at me, I'm a Fell Runner bottles, which just sit in those chest pouches on the front of the pack. So one of them is 500 mils, and then this one's about 300. This is the Hydro Pack one, and this is just a Ron Hill one. Super cheap. The Hydro Packs ones are a bit more expensive, but they're really good quality. So I'll be carrying those, so just under a litre of water, as well as trying to drink a litre before I do start as well. And then I'll be taking maybe 4 or 5 breakfast bars. They're really good, usually the nutty protein ones, Nature Valley, that kind of thing. Usually I don't eat all 5, usually I'll only eat like 2, but it's good to have extra because you never really know how much you're actually gonna need to eat, and you never know what's gonna happen. You never know if you're gonna get stuck somewhere, if you're gonna meet someone else that's on the hill that's having a problem. So it's really good just to make sure you've got extra. I will also be taking some more solid food, maybe a bit of chorizo, a bit of cheese, some other stuff, but I like to usually eat quite light while I'm doing this. Don't really tend to go with sandwiches just because it's a lot to kind of sit down and have a sandwich while you're out running. You kind of just want quick food, quick intake. Apart from that, I don't think there's too much else. I've maybe put a spare pair of gloves in. Obviously I'll be changing through the layers as the weather goes on throughout the day, depending on how hot, how cold it is. But usually these packs, they're super good for just kind of getting out on these long day runs. I think that just about covers it for kit and what I'll be taking in my pack. So I should hopefully see you in the morning. Right then, morning all. So it is currently Friday morning. Just on the breakfast job at the minute. Let's have a quick run through what we've got. So we've got a bowl of Alpen, nice black coffee. That's about it for now. I'll maybe do some toast, some jam and peanut butter if I feel too hungry, but it is 6:30. So I've kind of got an hour before I set off to get this stuff digested, so maybe not eat anything else. Woke up and decided to look like your gran. This is what I was on about with the buff and the hat combination. Just really good to keep your ears and all the back of your head warm, and then obviously you got the peak reflecting the skylight, all that nonsense, and this is obviously keeping my head warm as well. Yeah, so what we're going to do, get breakfast done, head over to the Fell, and then I'll see you there. Okay, so here we are. It is 7:45. We've made it up this sketchy little road. I honestly just had the most gnarliest little drive up there. It's like pretty much covered in ice, and some of the potholes are big enough to fit a family of 4 in. But anyway, we made it to the Fell, got the pack on, nice and full, water in, food in, hat, buff, gloves. I do have a head torch on just in case, because when I drop into the valley over there it might get a little bit darker. The sun's not quite up, but the sky is clearing a little bit. I'm probably going to leave it a while before I film any running, because I just want to get this kind of first 4 or 5 miles out the way, get myself used to this temperature and my breathing and pacing sorted, and then I can actually talk to the camera. So yeah, I'll see you soon. Okay, weather's getting a little bit more wild. About just under 2 miles in now. Dropped down onto this main path that kind of drops down towards like the midway on the lake. The Howtown path. Wow, a little bit of sleet in the face, but it's nice, it's refreshing. I've had no shower today, so that's good, I'm getting clean. But this view that I'm running into now it's bloody awesome. It's just super moody, all the leftover snow. Oh, there's my watch telling me I've been 2 miles. Let me just show you this. Wow, let's get a look at that. Absolutely awesome. Right then, so we've reached our first little checkpoint, if you will. This is me, just hit the end of that Howtown path that comes down the side of the Fell up here at Martindale. You can't quite see it through the trees, but there's a little church there, and it's Martindale Church, lovely little area. This is we're just under 5 miles in, about 40 minutes so far, so pretty good, feeling nice. Legs feeling good, breathing's feeling good. The views are just so moody and nice, but later on today we'll be over up there somewhere once we make it round. Our next little challenge though is we've got to head up there and over the back of it to find the rest of the path. But yeah, lovely little view, kind of like a halfway point on the lake. Yeah, so we'll keep running. So then, for those of you wondering where exactly I am running, I'm currently on Ullswater Way Path, which runs obviously around Ullswater. It's a super good path. I'm just using it to get myself down to the Patterdale end of the lake. But yeah, if you're ever up in the Lake District and you've not done much walking, this is a really great path. Not too much up, not too much down. Nice bit of technicality though for someone who's not really walked before. It's super easy as well, super accessible. You can use the Ullswater steamers, Stagecoach Lakes buses, get you from either end of the lake. You know, it's really good. So if you're ever in the lakes, come and give this little path a good bash, because it's great fun. Right, currently just dropping down this kind of last section of the Ullswater Way. Well, down to this end, down to Patterdale. Around about 9 miles now, 1 hour 20. Sick. Still smiling, which is the most important thing. Got a lot of climbing coming up soon, so I'll see you then. Okay, so just hit 10 miles, 1 hour 28, which I'm really happy with. Just kind of wanted to hit that hour and a half area at 10 miles. Forgot to talk. Now I'm just on the road section, which is where these rockalites are kind of coming into play. I was in the X-Talons. There'd just be quite a lot going on for the tread along this path. It'd be really bad for the bottom of your foot. These rockalites with that nice versatile sole, just providing a little bit more comfort on this flat, hard packed concrete stuff. But yeah, sick. Cool, so we just finished our little road section. 1 hour 45, 12 miles in. Just passed through Hartsop. Been hit by a little bit of hail, but back onto Bridleway now. And it's time to start heading up the hill. So we're going to follow this Bridleway along there. We're not going up that. And then we kind of curl around the back and then up over the top, which should hopefully land us at High Street. Right, so about a mile into the climb now. Yes, I am walking, and bloody what. I feel like nobody ever talks about or shows when they're doing these types of videos that people do actually have to walk and take their time sometimes. We've just hit 13 miles, so we're a half marathon in, and we were just under 2 hours, so can't really argue with that at all. But the scenes around me are so sick. I've literally gone from being on the road to being in this almost like abandoned civilization. There's no one around. I mean, it is a Friday, but just have a look at the scenes. So nice. Big river down there. Lots of ice around it, but super sick. We keep pushing on with the summit in sight. Oh well, should soon be in sight. Ooh. Don't litter. But yeah, I'll be back with you again soon. Okay, so quick update. Snow's getting a little bit deeper underfoot. It's quite a nasty little wind, not too bad. Just wind behind me every now and again. So I have stuck the waterproof trousers on just because I know when I hit up onto the top of this, it looks like a little ridge line. It's just going to get that bit colder, so prepare while I'm warm and out the wind while most of it keep yourself safe. Okay, so I've just made it up that little steep section. The wind's really starting to pick up. up. Sensible decision as you can feel now. I've still got more to go up. Now, wind's really going to be whipping across the top. So instead of heading up to the top of High Street, I'm now just going to join back where I'm going to be heading back already. So instead of doing that last little effort up to the top of High Street, just because it's not worth it, I'm on my own. So I'm going to start making my way back across to where I would be going down if I'd have been up to the top. Okay, absolutely wild. Woo! Oh yeah! Absolutely awesome. Wow, really picking up on the gnarly levels at the minute. Look at the snow. So we started that main bit of descent and it's just a real crosswind. Really barling with me. I don't even know if you can hear me. But this is what it's all about. Woo! Last one while I'm in the wind. Like it now. You can hear. Oh shit. This wind is crazy. It's a mix between a crosswind and a tailwind. And he's beating the fuck out of me. Woo! Yeah, buddy! It's been an absolute miracle. The sun's come up. Yay! That's gone right there. He's just kept me alive coming off the top. Big up God. Okay. Report so far. We're on about 18.5 miles, like 3 hours 40. There was a lot of walking back along there. It's just so like relentless coming along the fell, especially in the snow, because it's all really soft. It just sucks all the energy out of your legs. But just hit load pot, head back down to Arthur's Pike, and then we'll hit the fell again, and then we should be on the home straight to get back. I still can't believe it. I'm going to show you again. The views today are so good. Look at that. Absolutely awesome. Okay, so we're just about to hit 4 hours. We've just popped over and off the last peak, which was Arthur's Pike, and we're on 20.5 miles, I think. So pretty good. Still feeling okay. I know in about 3 hours I'll be an absolute shell of a man, rolling around like a baby. But as of right now, feeling pretty awesome. Just got to do this last little descent and bob back along at the fell, which I think is going to be quite painful. But here we go. Here we go. Back through the last gate. Oh my gosh. Oh. Feeling it now. I've never been more happy to see my bloody big yellow friend. Ooh. Wow. Holy fuck. Yeah. Jesus. That was intense. Back at the band now though, in one piece. Pretty gnarly run out. Just give me a couple of seconds and we'll look at some times and distance and all that rubbish. Right then, hello. Yeah, so debrief from the run. It has actually been a couple of days, actually nearly a week, because I kind of got home and then kind of just collapsed. Well, actually no, I didn't. I collapsed and then went climbing for 4 hours, and then I've been pretty busy at work this week. I've been on a couple of recovery runs, legs aren't feeling too bad, so yeah, pretty good. But yeah, just a quick debrief on last Friday's run, or the run you will have just seen, obviously. So let me find it, there we go. Just to see if we ticked off any of those pre-run goals. So I said I want it to be about 35 to 40k. It was 37k, so it's about 23 miles, just over. So it was a really good distance, had a really good day out. It did get a bit sketchy up on the top, but I think we hit, so it was, there we go, 23 miles, perfect, exactly the range I wanted to hit. 4 hours 24, spot on really with the amount of ground that I was covering. My pace was 11 minutes and 25 second miles, so yeah, 11:25 minute miles. I burned 3,500 calories. Average heart rate 157, and then max heart rate was 202, so kind of pushed it up to the top. My cadence was 135, max elevation 4,678 feet, and then my descent was 4,612 feet. So all in all, a really good day out. Like I said, did get a bit sketchy. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. The start of next week, I'm heading to Wales, so should have some sick footage coming from there. Get some scrambling done, some outdoor bouldering. There's me and a couple of the other guys from work going down. So yeah, hopefully see you when we're in Wales.